Introducing the world's first Jedi Wiggle. Has Charlie seen the Wiggles? No. Has he seen Star Wars? No. Is he adorable? Heck yeah. Happy Monday all. Welcome to the chaos that is our life. As you can see, we've had to build a wall of miscellaneous structures along the deck because behind there is Tim's batteries and his office and lots of things that Charlie, our little Jedi, keeps trying to put in his mouth. So now another room in our house is barricaded for the sake of childproof. On a slightly different note, when last we left off, last Friday, I had made Charlie these cute little pants, which I just keep loving. On Friday night, I was sad because I'd messed up the pockets, and Saturday morning I woke up and realised that I can't leave well enough alone. So I unpicked and re-sewed on the pocket. And then I was like, oh, while I'm on a roll, let me trim the internal hem and make it a bit neater. Anyway, tried to do that and then cut a hole in the pants. Irreparable hole. Spent half an hour trying to repair it and it just went wrong. So I ended up cutting off and creating a whole new hem, which you can't even tell the difference, but I did, and they look better in my opinion now. Now that I'm just happy with them and I don't have to think about the things I did wrong. Speaking of things I did wrong, I also made him a pair of these little long pants. Hold on. Look at that. It's got using old Christmas fabric, and this is a grey colour, but for some reason when they're together it looks blue, and so it's giving mad Humphrey Bear vibes. Very early 2000s play school. But they're his long pants. They don't fit as well, so I want to refine my pattern. Might even use those little wiggle pants because they actually fit him quite well. I was trying to use pajama flannel pants, but I only had, he's a size 1 right now. I only had a size 0 and a size 2 to reference to make my own pattern, and it didn't go exactly according to plan. Because I'm not using online patterns that I can find. I'm just trying to create my own pattern from what I know fits him, which worked well for the shorts, not so well for the longins. So that's something I gotta do, but that's a project for a future day. Because if I can save money making him his own pants, I will. Because this was $2 worth of fabric. And look how cute they are. We use what we have, as Alex from YouTube says. Anyway, that's my update over the weekend. Charlie's trying to eat styrofoam. That is our update from the weekend. There's a couple of things on the to-do list. Also, we're trying out a new hairdo today. It's a little space bunny. I don't know how I feel about it. It's hair wash day, so it'll be clean tonight and it'll look cuter tomorrow. Anyway, that's all my thoughts for now. And we will talk to you later. It's bird time. Jeez. Hi, dude. It's that time of day again where I am harassed by tiny things with feathers. If you can't tell, I have a slight fear of birds. And these guys do not care. Alright. Yes. Okay, just wait. I blame Tim for these guys being so confident. Hey! Get out of there! Dude, it's right here! Okay, I'm gonna throw some out here. Oh my gosh. I had a bad experience growing up where I got swooped 3 times in 5 minutes by magpies, and since then I just don't like birds flying at my face. I think that's pretty valid. Hello, Mr. Turkey. Alright, y'all need to chill. There's literally enough to go around. It has been a quietly productive day today. Slightly disappointing. My task for the day was going to be, y'all need to chill. Was going to be dyeing a dress I had that had some colour damage, and I didn't want to chuck it out, so I tried to redeem it. The fabric was not redeemable, so very uninteresting footage of me literally just mixing hot water. But other than that, I got a lot of things done. Feel very up to date. Tomorrow, Charlie and I are going into town. I say into town, into Brisbane for an appointment and to catch up with family. Don't know how much of that I'll film, but it'll be nice. It'll be really lovely, I reckon. We've got turkeys, kookaburras, more kookaburras. There was another turkey that got scared off because this turkey attacked it. There's a kookaburra, there's a magpie. The magpies have started joining us in the afternoon now. And they've been singing really beautifully. I've fed you! Anyway, on that note, time for me to head back upstairs. And we'll probably go for a walk in a bit, which will be lovely. Alright, see you then. The magpies are singing. What? Rude! Tim got the fire restarted. He literally just stuck some sticks upright in the ash from last night. And I don't know if you can see, but that's flames. I know, right? It took 30 seconds, Charlie. Yeah. Can't believe that just started up by itself.
Firebender. Do we do a good fire?
Linda doesn't like it.
Oh, Luna, I forgot Luna hates fire.
Dude, your shoe fell off.
Go, 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 go. Come on, Zia.
Hello again. It is considerably later in the day. Once more. And of course, at 20 to 8 at night, I am making marshmallows. Partly because we loved them so much yesterday. Once again, shout out to Homestead on the Rock for the recipe. Partly because my mum is helping me with Charlie tomorrow and I always like to bring her something as a thank you. And finally, because between the three of us, we actually finished the entire batch in a day. I blame the fire and the hot chocolates. And also the fact that I was just snacky. So, here I am, making more marshmallows on the stove. Ignore my drying dishes. Our drying rack is very small, and so I end up using the stove top a lot. I have just got Charlie down for sleep. He had a very sweet little afternoon walk today. Tim ended up relighting the fire, and Charlie just thought it was great. We actually spent 40 minutes out there. Normally I walk for like 10-15 minutes, but we spent 40 minutes out there. Tim with the fire, Charlie playing with the logs and the sticks and the dog. It was just wholesome time. Just my favourite time of the day. I am very tired though, and tomorrow is going to be a big day, so I don't want to be up late. I already read my Bible while I was putting the boy to sleep. I'm still doing Bible in a year. Don't know if anyone cares. But I am doing Bible in a year. I am. Let me check Devote Daily, Tim's app, to see how far along I am. Okay, according to Devote Daily, I should be at 61.1% through the Bible, but I am actually at 80.2%. I am into Matthew, almost finished Matthew in the New Testament. I read through the Gospels at the start of last year, at the end of my pregnancy, and then when Charlie was born, I believe. And I will say it is really nice reading them through the perspective of knowing the Old Testament better, because you truly do see how many prophecies Jesus fulfilled and how many tiebacks there are to things that preceded him, things that would be said about him. Like, I know Matthew is probably the most historically reflective. Is that the right word? It links back to the Old Testament over 50 times. Future Hannah, please fact check me. And I've always known that logically, but it's really cool to be reading and go, oh, that's from here, and that's from here. Yeah, I'm just finding it really, really beneficial for my understanding. I struggle a lot with the concept of, if I don't see it or understand it immediately, it must not be real. And so going through this and being able to connect the dots myself has been really beneficial. I know there's always more I could be getting from it, but I don't know. I'm proud of where I'm at. I was finding it really beneficial when Charlie was going through a really difficult sleep period. Week before. And I was trying to not get into the habit of just sitting and scrolling social media at 2 a.m. in the morning, because I could be sitting there for 2 hours at a time trying to get him back to sleep. I didn't want to be that person who just scrolls it, because I actually have time limits set on my phone for social media. And when you use up your entire day's allotted time of social media by 4 a.m. in the morning, it's a little bit of a bummer. So what I would do instead is I would read my Bible. And in 1 week, I'm talking Monday to Sunday, in 1 week, I finished 11 books of the Bible. That's how difficult this sleep time was. But on the plus side, I was able to read Ezekiel through to the Minor Prophets. I can't remember them off the top of my head right now. So that was my little achievement for that week. That was my way of turning water into wine, if you will. Get that reference. Anyway, this is all to say I'm making my way through it. Back to the original point I was making 2 minutes ago in this video. I already read 5 chapters tonight while I was putting Charlie to bed. And so when I finish this, I'll be able to just pop to sleep, because I'm tired. Also, Sam and Tom, if you happen to be watching this from Homestead on the Rock, Tim's advised me that your kids may watch past these videos, so if so, hello guys. What I was saying is, Sam and Tom, if you happen to notice that the views for your marshmallow video have gone up ridiculously in the last day, my fault, my bad. I've been sending it to people, I've been watching it every time, over and over again, because I never trust that my memory remembers the exact quantities right. So, my bad, you're welcome, I guess. But also thank you for the knowledge. Please include it in your potential snack recipe book. Thanks in advance. Anyway, back to the marshmallows. Magic is happening. Look at that beautiful marshmallow fluff. Alright, that looks pretty dang done, and I'm going to put it in the container, I think is the word. I don't know, I'm very tired. My son has not slept in 14 months. Anyway, I'm going to put it in the container. Now, I don't know why. Actually, it's probably because I just beat it too long. But mine came out a little meringue. Texture-wise. Still tastes great. And it's not at all the fault of them, because I made the recipe yesterday and it was delicious. This is just sleep-deprived baking at 8 p.m. at night kind of stuff. I'm also going to grate chocolate over the top of mine. Just some dark chocolate we have in the fridge for extra bits of flavour. Look at that! That's the marshmallow, y'all! And it's got little dark chocolate shavings which when you put in a hot chocolate, it's just delicious. That was the weirdest thing I've ever done. Probably not, but still weird. Anyway, I'm gonna pop this in the fridge and then probably call it a night. Tim just realized that he forgot about a meeting he has at 1 a.m. in the morning. So I'm gonna probably make him a tea or something with caffeine in it and then head to bed. So hope you all have an exceptional day. And we'll see you tomorrow. Unless future Hannah has the foresight to include a clip of me reacting to how the marshmallows taste. Anyway, I'm gonna head to bed. Happy Monday, everyone, and we'll see you when we see you. Bye. I do not condone violence, but these slap.